Forest. Got my buddy Mike. Brother Jared got our orange shirts on for this hunting season. Ocala crew.
Safety first.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Hi, my name is James. Many people call me JR. And a few months earlier, my brother Jared and I hiked Myakka River State Park in Sarasota County, Florida. It's the largest state park in Florida. And they also have a really cool skywalk that you can go across. I highly recommend it. And consequently, being out there, we met Mike at a campground called Bee Island. He's originally from Buffalo, New York. He just moved to Tampa. And after we had left, all three of us stayed in touch, and we came up with the idea of hiking the Florida Trail, otherwise known as the FT, through the entire length of Ocala National Forest, which is the largest tract of national forest in the state of Florida. We knew we wanted to do it in the winter. Camping seasons flip-flop in Florida, not necessarily due to the heat, but because of the bugs. And so we set a date. Jared and I drove up to the northern terminus through Ocala National Forest. We stayed the night there on some picnic tables, and early that morning, Mike showed up. We piggybacked and rode all the way down to the southern terminus. So once we got to the southern terminus, we parked our car there. It took us about 7.5 days, and this is our adventure.
Here we are on Ocala. So we made it our first night. Ocala National Forest. Started at Clearwater Lake Resort, parked our vehicle, hiked about 13 miles to Alexander Springs. Was able to get some fresh water. Got a camp going, about to build a bear bag for our food, and call it a night. Get back at it in the morning.
Morning of day 2, Alexander Springs. If you take off the Florida Trail, there's blue blazes. They'll take you right into Alexander Springs. We were actually able to buy a bundle of firewood, and there's plenty of firewood here. The weather's great, not a lot of bugs, mosquitoes, that sort of thing. Everyone's getting along, no one's killed each other yet, so about to heat up and pack up and get out there and do day 2.
About 4 miles away from where we were hiking and sleeping last night at Alexander Springs. Headed to State Road 19 right now. That'll be the next major road crossing. After that, head up to Farrell's Prairie. The next day, hit up Juniper Springs and hopefully get to the middle of the park around State Road 20.
Still going. We gotta filter some water here. We're about to run out of water. So this place right here is a good place to fill up for water, but the bathrooms are nasty.
The lake tastes good.
See that gator out there? Look right there to the left. See him?
Oh yeah,
His nose and his...
Yeah. Day 2 out here in Ocala National Forest. Hiked about 3 miles of Buck Lake. Saw some Buck Lake. Met some cool people out here today, Mark and Taylor. Taylor's about to do the AT. This should be a cool trip for him. And now we're just chilling in Farrell's Prairie. Got a nice, beautiful, clear night. 3/4 of a full moon. Tomorrow about to head up to Juniper Springs and keep going up into Juniper Prairie and continue the trip.
Morning of day 3, we woke up pretty early this morning. I broke camp before everyone else. I wanted to get out here and get to moving, get a little head start because I was falling way behind yesterday because of my feet. I got 4 blisters, 2 on each foot, and they're on the bottom of my feet. So I was in a lot of pain yesterday. About a half mile from camp, so I got about 5.5 miles to go until I reach Juniper Springs. I got less than a half liter of water, so I'm definitely gonna need to get there as soon as possible. But everything's going good so far. We'll meet up with everyone at Juniper Springs.
So we're right in here. See all these little windy stuff?
Yeah.
This is the lake where we're at.
We got 5.6 miles.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, for Juniper.
Yeah.
We probably banged out about 2 in a little bit there.
All right, it's getting close to sundown. Trying to find a good place to set up camp before it gets dark. Looks like we still got some fresh footprints, so hopefully they went this way. Oh, that's cool. They left an arrow for me. All right, let's try and do a crow call here. See if we can get a holler back. Cause it is getting dark quick, my man.
Day 3, nighttime, we made it.
About 13 miles. Found this great little spot back here by this little stream. We're gonna filter some water in the morning for breakfast and all that good stuff, and wash our clothes.
It was a tough hike for sure. It was a really beautiful scenery once again.
It's 72 miles.
I think we might be at like mile 33 or 34. So at least by the morning time, we'll hit that 36 mile mark, and we'll officially be at the halfway. 1, 2, 3, 2!
All right, day 4?
Day 4.
Tuesday. It's 1:40.
Beautiful morning again. Weather was great. Had a cool little secluded camping spot.
We're hiking to Hopkins Prairie to get water. We're about 3 miles into it.
That says SR19, so State Road 19.
That's too
Straight is Florida Road 10. I mean, we're going straight. That's why the orange blazes. And there's the orange blaze right there. So we got 1.7 miles of Hopkins Prairie.
pretty much. We're probably like, I think that's the first yellow.
So we're gonna say 2.5
All right.
miles.
Look, we got a faded ass orange blaze right there.
Alright, so today's the end of day 4. At this point, we've done 46.7 miles, starting back in Clearwater Lake on Saturday. Got to Hopkins Prairie Rec Center, but man, the water was scarce there, swampy. Luckily tomorrow, 2.9 into Salt Springs, ride back to the trail, fucking get to that 88 store at night and just cruise on home until Saturday.
Day 5, and we're out of water. Good news is, we got a 3-mile hike to our first town.
We're on a trail with blue blazes now, here in Ocala National Forest. This is a trail that takes us up to Salt Springs, which will be our resupply point. We started Saturday morning, it's now Wednesday morning. We are desperately low on food, and what little water we have is green, but I'm drinking it.
Welcome to Salt Springs. So when you're taking that Blue Blaze Trail off the Florida Trail, you're gonna see a barbecue place and a taco place, but those are only open Thursday through Sunday. But if you keep going a little bit further, you'll see what looks like a little bitty gas station. It's actually, there's a grocery store in here, so it's a great resupply point. You can get all your resupply food for the trail. We got some fresh water, okay? We also got some first aid, and just down the road from here is the springs. Florida has more springs than any other state and any other country in the world at 722 springs. We love Florida. We love Ocala National Forest. Wow. Day 5, we're just a few miles from the 88 store. Probably every quarter mile to a third of a mile, it's a different change in ecosystem, from hardwood and palmetto hammock to pine wood flats, pine forest, marsh, prairie, but you just never really get bored with the sceneries, and it's just so beautiful, and you're never looking at the same thing.
Day 6, good morning. Last night was the coldest night since we've been out here. It is late January. We're in north central Florida, so that can be expected, but it definitely got cold last night. And we are getting ready to hike into the iconic 88 store. We made it. I'm JR, this is Jared, that's Mike. Which one?
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Trail name?
Yep, that's my trail name.
And what's your name?
Boxcar.
Boxcar and
Yeah, his Instagram.
Brocky? Walking into the iconic 88 store, we met our first and only trail angels, Phoenix, Boxcar, and Brocky, the pit bull who happens to be blind. So y'all clean up the trails and stuff like that?
We do trail magic.
Trail magic is basically free food and drink. Phoenix, Boxcar, and Brocky are hiker trash. That's at trails_of_recovery on IG. And they take people newly in recovery on long distance hikes in nature to show them there's a new high, a healthy high, and to develop an appreciation for nature and immerse them in it.
Like our long-term goal is to work with outreach programs on taking groups of people out and to be able to fund a person in recovery and trying to turn people on to hiking or, you know, to outdoor activities like that, and to get them in the outside and to show them how you feel after you're done with the hike and how good you feel about yourself and, you know, your image and what hiking does to bring self-image and self-awareness to
Right.
you know, and breaking that mold. And, you know, walking through the rain all day and you're kind of cussing and swearing and slogging through, but when you get to camp at night, how good you feel
Right.
about it because you accomplished it.
Yeah, you accomplished it.
And you feel like you accomplished something.
Right.
And that's the positivity, I think, that a lot of people with mental health and with addiction lack. So.
You're doing a good thing, Boxcar.
Awesome, man.
We
I
appreciate you,
that.
man.
Thank you.
End of day 6. Today we hiked into the iconic 88 store. It was closed, it didn't open till 2, but we met some trail angels there, got some trail magic, little snacks and whatnot, some Crystal Light to put in our water, some instant coffee, that sort of thing. Met a blind dog, really cool little pit bull, and Mikey tried to get a selfie with it and it jumped at him, and his owner was like, he doesn't like having his picture taken. So he's blind, but I guess he knows when someone's going to take his picture. Then we hiked into where we're at now, which is Lake Delancey, and tonight is going to be the coldest night thus far at 37 degrees. And so we have a lot of firewood sitting over there, and we're going to continue to collect until the sun goes down and build a big old bonfire. Make it through the night, and we only got about a day and a half left.
Morning of day 7, we've officially been out here a week. Very cold last night, didn't get a lot of sleep, tried to stay warm, built a huge fire. And the campsite's closed, we knew that, and it was really cool because we had the whole campsite to ourselves. However, completely out of water, and they have the well pumps capped. I understand shutting the campsite down because of COVID or whatnot, but you got to think of your hikers on the Florida Trail out here, and we desperately need water. What is a cracker? I'll beat a cracker. It is a beautiful Florida morning, really starting to warm up. Clear blue skies. Just another great morning out here on the Florida Trail in Ocala National Forest. You see that thing? Hold that up. Oh, look at that. The night of day 7, we stayed at Rodman Campground. The campground borders Rodman Dam, which creates Lake Ocklawaha from the Ocklawaha River. In the 60s, there was plans to create a barge canal through this area of Florida, and this was one of the initial stages of development. These plans were subsequently halted, in part by a lady named Marjorie Harris Carr and the FDE, with help of then President Nixon. Day 8, we're here at Rodman Campground. Another cold night, and that can be expected. It's still late January. We are in north central Florida. And another 4.3 miles, we're done. Life's good in the woods. When we were resupplying in Salt Springs, we knew we wanted to go to the springs, and we also wanted to get a ride back to the trail. And that's when we met Kimberly E., also known as Jaya Wise. She told us her and her friends always go to the springs in the afternoon, and she would meet us there and be happy to shuttle us back to the trail afterwards.
And she wrote this book, Welcome Weeds, so it's got like dandelions, everything, and then it shows like little fairies in there that she did.
Yeah, we met her at the grocery store, hung out with the springs.
Yeah, she gave us a ride.
Really cool people, like you said.
I've been hiking this thing for like 30 miles. I'm ready to get it out of my hand.
Now all we got to do is get across this river right here and we good to go. We made it! We did the whole Ocala National Forest.
All right, we made it 80 miles later. It's about 72 miles, but with all the blue blazes and stuff, we're looking at more like 80 miles.
Victory!
Victory. Feel great. Number one concern that I would pass on to anyone is water. And the number 2 thing is what you put on your feet.
I had a great time. No black bear, so I guess our bear bag worked. One morning at Farrell's Lake, we got to see a bald eagle. That was pretty cool. And then about Rodman's Reservoir, we've seen another bald eagle. A lot of sand cranes, beautiful wildlife. Other than that, man, it's a blast.
Yeah, dude. Longest hike, I think, for all of us right here. Hike of lifetime, man. Hopkins Prairie, that view for miles and miles of all the different colors, just definitely something you should be doing in your life, man. Get out there and go have fun.